Hey guys, Indiana here. Welcome back to another movie review. Whew. Today we're doing Rambo 3. Fun fact, it was supposed to be Rambo First Blood Part 3 full circle, but they decided to go with Rambo 3, which is ironic because there was never a Rambo 2 technically. Whew. Excuse me if I fumble up a little bit more than usual. I have not had a lot of sleep, but I was really looking forward to doing this and getting this video up by today, Friday, for many reasons. So, with that, real quick, let's get into the movie review. Alright, so Rambo 3 was released on May 25th, 1988, 3 years after the previous film. It had a runtime of 101 minutes. It was budgeted at $53 million, making it the most expensive movie to be used until 1989's Back to the Future Part 2. It was boxed office at 189 million. Now, if you can tell, this is kind of a letdown considering that Rambo First Blood Part 2 got 300 million, if I remember correctly. And this is probably why it took a long time for another sequel to happen. The plot centers around Colonel Rambo trying to go save Colonel Trapman in Afghanistan. It circles around the Soviet-Afghani war that was breaking out of this around this time period. Alright. Let's try to dig into the movie a little bit. Alright. So, from everybody's account, this is the worst Rambo film. I'm going to agree with that, but I'm also going to say it is not as bad as other people say. Yeah, it's definitely not it's definitely not a great when it comes to story and expanding on characters. No one's characters changed throughout the story. Every character remained the same until they showed up next time. There was no growth, not even a little hint at growth. It was kind of a very weird movie. I don't mind stories that, sometimes don't show character growth. Excuse me. But this had none from no character. Troutman and Rambo didn't grow at all. The only thing that I really liked was the Rambo and Troutman being on the screen together and being action heroes, blowing stuff up and crap. In 1990, Guinness Book of World Records deemed Rambo 3 the most violent movie ever made. So that's an up because, action movies is all about the violence. So, see, there's some more upsides than what you've probably been used to thinking. This is also Troutman's last appearance because he died in 2003. But yeah, this movie is not as bad as everybody thinks it is, and I watched it years ago, and while it's not as good as I remember, it's definitely not as bad as I was reading. It's not one of the must watches of the group, but it's definitely, if you're just a fan of Rambo, it's a good little watch to get you ready and psyched for Donkey. For if in this case you're going to go watch Rambo 4. But the reason I say that is because none of this movie, you could watch Rambo 2 and then watch Rambo 4. The only other question you would have is what happened in between that time. So it kind of just feels more like a filler movie, like in a TV show. That's, I guess, a big negative. It just feels like a filler episode a TV show would do because they couldn't figure out what to do with with the remaining time. But I will say it had a lot of violence, a lot of great action. So if you're in the movie just for action, which most people are for action films, this is definitely what you want. With that, I'm going to say let's get into my my star rating. I'm going to give Rambo a 3.5 star rating. That might seem kind of cruel, or not cruel. That might seem kind of generous. But how I kind of rate films is a good film is 3 stars. Amazing film is 4 stars, and the greatest of all time film is 5. An okay is 2. 1 is horrible. Half of 1 is just who made this. And if I ever have to give out a 0 star review, I'm gonna hate y'all for making me go watch that movie. But no, I think it was a good film. It didn't feel like a Rambo film. It kind of felt like I had a good example. Episode 8, The Last Jedi. I felt like that. It was a good movie, but it didn't feel like a Rambo movie. And with that, it kind of falls on its face a little bit as the weakest in the whole franchise. Good news is I don't see any other Rambo film topping that. That's good for Last Blood because there's not negative. It's just the story didn't need to be told. They didn't really come up with a good story for it. But if you're in it just for action, it's definitely a film for you. I just want to say thank you guys for helping me rebuild the channel and get me back into it. I'm really enjoying myself now. I'm really enjoying doing this again. I'm doing this at 3 o'clock in the morning. I have not slept in 37 hours. I'm exhausted, but I really wanted to stay up and do this, and I loved sitting there, taking notes, and just enjoying the movie. Rambo 4 will come out Sunday, with Rambo Last Blood coming out Tuesday. So there's the big thing. Hope you guys can really enjoy it. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you're new. And until the next video, I'll see you guys later. Peace.